Good morning. My name is Elizabeth Vries, and I am an evolutionary astrologer, a medium, and an intuitive. I guess we're all many things, so we switch our hats throughout the day. I also am an artist. I love doing photography of flowers and then working with them and turning them into something mystical and wonderful and exciting through the lens of my life. I think it's all fascinating to look at people's photography today and to see how each person has a lens of life that is unique unto them. So I would encourage everybody to do photography just for the sheer joy of seeing how you express yourself through what you see. We think we see the same thing, but obviously we don't. Uh, so I wanted today to choose some cards that would be symbolic of uh, what would help get us through these incredibly strenuous times right now. As I mentioned yesterday, yesterday being the 8th of July 2024. Yesterday I was talking about the Mars, Uranus, Algol being kind of a rogue planet, a fixed star. Um, how that will affect America and the globe. What is it that's going to happen? Because Uranus is the harbinger of change. Uranus brings sudden jolts of energy, it brings in a higher consciousness, new perspectives, but it also can shake us up a lot. And with Mars on top of it, the Mars energy being more of the ego and uh, the male part of ourselves, be we a woman or a man, it's that strong force of will energy. So when you get those together with Uranus and then put that on top of Algol, you get some pretty heavy duty energies out there right now. And it's so important, as I was saying yesterday, that we remain the observer, that we remain back from the drama. And really, I was telling one of my beloved friends last night, make it a habit to get into a warm Epsom salt bath and ask your body that day to release the negative energies. We do pick up energies right now, and we also are having a lot released through our own body, be it a physical body, our emotional body, or our mental body. Our insecurities are coming to the fore, our fears, our hidden fears, with Saturn being in Pisces, moving backward now, retrograde. It's actually stationary right now, and it's bringing up a lot of insecurities within us and where we don't feel strong in the world. Some people are seeing it act out in their love affairs. Some people are seeing it act out through one of their children having a severe disorder or addictive issue. Some of us are seeing it within ourselves. We're looking at our own weaknesses and saying, my gosh, I didn't realize that I actually was allowing that to persist throughout my life. That's a weakness that I've given into that I didn't even recognize before. It just kind of floated along blithely and justified it. So I'm going to do the energy um, for the next week. We have the G7 conference right now in Washington. It's a heavy duty time for our president to not only reassure the world that he's a stable, wise being, but for all of NATO to stay in a alignment and not break apart or lose confidence in each other. So let's just see right now what is a good card today individually for each of us, what would be a good card. This is an amazing card to get today. This is a card of people joining hands from around the world. See if I can bring it into a better light. People joining hands around the world and forming a five-pointed star reaching upward to the heavens. It's a card of unity. It's a card of looking out for our fellow man. It's a card of dropping all prejudicial, judgmental perspectives that we have on other people or on family members or on friends, and just trying to find a way to bridge the gap. It's a glorious card for the G7 to see everybody coming together, uniting, holding hands for a common cause. Right now, politically and within our families, we need to become more united, more forgiving, more looking for the good, more aspirational, finding again that hope that lies deep within our hearts and letting it emerge. Keep your eye on your vision. Turn off the television. Right now, I find the media just so toxic and so negative and lacking perspective. I feel the media has, in a way, turned into considering itself to be an influencer rather than a purveyor of factual information. So there's always sort of a motive pushing each moderator that I find quite annoying. And I mean, they have a right to do that, but I'm just saying, turn it off and think for yourself. Look at the broader perspective of your life and look for the good in your life and take time for reflection. I'm just going to pull, excuse me, I'm going to pull a card now for what's coming up over the next few days at the G7 conference for America. I really like this card. This is one of my favorite cards. If you look above the Native American Indian's head, you see a divine enlightenment entering the head, and you see the beautiful soft blues of tender, caring, nurturing, and a giving back, a feeling of a giving back. The hands are extended. So it's kind of like Reiki or energetic healing. So I feel the result of this is going to be some form of uniting together to create a healing on our planet, looking at the Middle East and deciding how we can create better solutions between Israel and Gaza and the hostage situation, looking at the Ukraine, how to give back in a way that will not just be separative, but to give back in a way that will create more union, more of an attitude of moving toward peace. If you look at him or her, it's hard to say, because these cards are kind of unisexual. They're not one or the other. I can see a woman's face here, and I can see a man's face. In healing, that healing energies come through the crown, then they come down into the heart, then they come out through the shoulders and out through the hands, like he is sitting with his hands extended to give energy and healing to whomever needs it. And he's in a state of quiet surrender. Because as a healer, we are not the ones doing the healing. We are the conduit for the divine chi energy. So he's acknowledging that and just acting as the conduit. So I would say for all of us, that this card is saying, remember, you are the healer. You carry that healing power within your soul. The essence of you is um, sheer light connected to and part of the divine light. And how better to get through any kind of difficult situation in our world right now than to become an individual satellite station of that love energy. I'm just feeling that for a moment, taking a breath, letting myself release all the negative thoughts and judgments that I have. Being a Scorpio, sometimes I can be so damn intense and get focused too one-pointed. I was listening to Manly Hall this morning, and he said, if you think about our eyes, when we focus on something, we focus, but then after a while, we divert our eyes to something else. And then we bring our eyes back. And he said, because we know that through diverting ourselves from one-pointedness, we keep our eyes healthy. Well, it's kind of the same thing with our thoughts. If we get too one-pointed, it's fine to go into a thought to find a solution, but if we get too one-pointed and too focusing on what's wrong or what's missing or what has gone awry, we can get to a place of becoming hypercritical and missing the point of the diverting ourselves and keeping ourselves more filled up and flowing with a diversity of life. And that's why I say turn off the news, go out in your garden or watch a movie that it makes you feel good and gives you a sense of inspiration, or just look at beauty, or turn on music that soothes the soul, or uplifts you, or inspires you, or brings out the fire and makes you want to dance. But right now, it's a lot about self-care and moving back from the obsessiveness that's occurring in our world right now. With this Mars-Uranus, it's going to get pretty feisty out there, but rather than going into a fear zone, say, I'm going to seek my own oasis of calmness, and I'm going to bring back a sense of peace to this world. Be the one that spreads peace, that brings harmony into the room, that brings love and understanding. Look to the forgotten ones. What I love most about my son Andre is he goes every day on a walkabout and he sits and he talks to the homeless. He sits up on the bus bench where people are waiting for the bus and talks to them. Doesn't matter who it is. He's not afraid to talk to people and to talk about real things that he's thinking about. And people love him. He's got one guy that waits up at the corner who's homeless, and Andre buys him a cigar every day. He doesn't care whether it's healthy for him or not. He knows that brings him joy and that he feels cared for and that someone cares about him. So let's try to take that pathway today as we look at the G7 and pray for them. Send light that we can bring more peace into our world. And feel around you, like right now I feel just immense light pouring through my crown chakra just because I'm talking about love and peace and harmony and wisdom and joy. So let's move from that place today and let's tell somebody that's lonely that we love them, somebody that nobody else talks to, the discarded ones or the ones that feel isolated. Let's call somebody today and make them feel loved and that they're cared for. Who knows? You don't know if that person today is on the brink of a very negative thought or even suicidal or in an utter despair. So open your heart. That's why I call my website Angelic Mercy, because mercy comes from the angelic realms. It comes from the depths of our soul. anybody would like a reading, I do astrology readings. I do mediumships readings where I talk to your loved ones that have crossed into another dimension. Or I do pet readings. I adore doing pet readings. I just love all of that kind of work. I feel so blessed. And I'm going to end the video today by just focusing on one of my beloved flowers. This flower I call Twin Souls. If you see the flower, whoops, just a minute, guys. Let's get the light on. I'm trying to get it. Okay, come on, camera. Oh, here we go. It is there. There we go. And if you could see, it's two flowers coming out of one stem. It's calla lilies being one of my favorite flowers. So you end with looking at some beauty and feeling that beauty enter your heart and soul. Thank you so much, and I hope you have an absolutely fabulous day. Take care. Bye.